The opinions in this podcast are solely those of the creators and do not reflect the opinions of the filmmakers involved. If you are of legal drinking age, feel free to have a drink with us, but please do drink responsibly. You're listening to Cole-astic Cinema.
Hey, careful, man. There's a beverage here, huh?
There is no pena, only soul.
And you never once paid for drugs.
Not once.
With your host, Fabian Salazar.
I'm going to go eat at your mom's house.
And Cole Butterfield.
Represented, it's a fucking parody of what's going on, and yet you're being a dick. Fuck you, man.
Where we talk about movies, most of the time.
There, you happy? Just fucking hold it. Just fucking hold it.
So come along for a ride and have fun.
So shut your mouth and open up your eyes and let me fucking fuck you. Fucking fuck you, babe.
Hurrah.
Oh, thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. Elvis is in this asshole.
And this is Cole-astic Cinema. Welcome to Cole-astic Cinema, the only podcast that believes if you don't love a crab smoking with a cigarette, you are wrong. And today we are watching the 1952 classic Singin' in the Rain.
Yes!
And this is our first 50s movie.
It is.
Yeah.
Is this the oldest movie?
This is the oldest movie we've watched on the podcast.
Yeah, we've hung a lot around like the 80s, 90s, dabbled in some era that happened
dabbled.
before the 80s.
Oh, yeah.
60s.
Yeah.
Right, there.
The 60s, the 80s, nothing happened.
The 60s were long.
Yeah,
Let's be honest.
Yeah.
There's a long time where it was the 60s and then it was the 80s.
Yeah, like 20 years
like
of the 60s.
20 years of the 60s.
Yeah.
Way too fucking long.
But this movie, this is one of the movies that I had to watch in a film class every semester I went to school. And in high school. My very, very first film class I took in high school, I had to watch Singing in the Rain. And so I'd say I've seen this movie probably 10 times.
Yeah, I'm not quite in that boat. I didn't have to watch it for any reason. I just did. This movie I saw when I was a kid, back when we had TV. I saw it on Turner Classic Movies.
Oh, shit.
One of my favorite movie channels as a kid, which explains why I'm so goddamn old acting, is because I'm like, oh no, let's 5 years old, 8 years old. Let's put on Turner Classic Movies. Let's see what's playing.
Yeah.
Old ass kid. It was the first Glee performance I did was to Singing in the Rain, and my Glee teacher's favorite performance, as far as I know to date.
Were you Gene Kelly?
Yeah. Was I Gene Kelly? Yeah, obviously.
Yeah, you're a fucking big ass Gene Kelly.
Yeah, I'm aware, man. He was only 5'8".
I was gonna say, I was thinking 5'6", but yeah, like Gene Kelly wasn't a tall guy.
No, he's not a tall guy. I mean, did I pull off that level of
But
stunts?
God, could that motherfucker dance?
My God. Oh, dude, I can't wait.
Those that don't know, Gene Kelly learned to dance because if you can dance, it impresses the ladies.
Yeah. And also, he does it in such a way where, like, that's what I loved about Gene Kelly and his dancing. Like, I'm sorry, I'm just jumping right into
No,
it.
go.
He makes it look like anyone can do it because it looks so effortless.
Yeah, it's so flawless,
He's
so
just fucking doing it. He's just doing it. Look at him do it. You could do it. Look at him do it.
Yeah.
And you have no idea. Actually, not everybody can fucking do that.
That's what I love about Gene Kelly's dancing too. Like I've got the fucking
goosebumps, just like the fucking tapping and gliding into fucking jazz.
He's so good.
Throwing some fucking ballet in there,
so
man.
goddamn good.
Jesus.
I love me some well put together choreography.
Oh,
and
yeah.
he's one of the kings of putting together
yes.
choreography, dance choreography.
Oh, yes.
So good. Okay, so Singin' in the Rain, like I said, it came out in 1952. It was directed by Stanley Donen and Gene Kelly. It was written by Betty Comden and Adolph Green. Holy shit.
That's back when you can name kids Adolf. That's how old this movie is.
I was going to say, the 50s is a hell of a time to
be named
Adolf. Fuck, man. Okay, so it stars Gene Kelly, Donald O'Connor, Debbie Reynolds. Where do you see Debbie Reynolds on stage? And Gene Hagen. It was filmed at the MGM Studios lot and in L.A., the famous L.A. Chinese Theater, as Trevor Slattery would say. it was made for an estimated $2.5 million and only made back $2 million, which is insane to think about. Like, think about Singing in the Rain. Like, it was nominated for 2 Oscars and won a Golden Globe, but it bombed.
I wouldn't say it bombed. It was just, this is at a time where MGM was just cranking out musicals. And it was a tepid response to it because it's like, oh, this is another MGM musical. This is coming right off the heels of Gene Kelly doing An American in Paris, where you got that brilliant goddamn Jerry Massing, which he got the Oscar for An American in Paris. So this is coming right off the heels of American in Paris.
But still, from just strictly a money standpoint from the studio, it bombed. Like 2.5, you get back to worldwide gross. Like, that's a bomb.
It didn't really see the returns until later when it started taking everything over. Like, this is one of those like slow burns. Which is insane to
which this surprisingly fits in very well with this season.
It really, really does.
The long Bond movies.
Yeah, the long Bond movies. Like whoa, there it is again, guys. Stepping on the mic.
Hang on. What the hell's happening?
It was angry.
Okay. We're back.
You okay?
That was... I don't know what the fuck that was. But wait, hang on. Let's just appreciate, have the window open. Let's just appreciate the sounds of the birds right now. Just so peaceful outside.
Peaceful.
Okay, so the first time I saw this movie was when I was a junior in high school. I took my very first film class. It was film history, and I was like, okay, sweet. This is kind of a fun movie. Which another fun side piece with that. I know my voice kind of sounds a little raspy right now. I've been doing a lot of talking today. Anyway, so fun side piece with that. My film history teacher in high school, she set up a get to know you quiz. And she did movie quotes. She did 50 movie quotes. And if you guess the movie quote correctly, like, write down what movie this is from. You know, I don't know, like, you get just sucking fuck my dick ass prize. I don't fucking know. Anyway, but I don't remember if there was like a grade or anything on it. But it was more or less a get to know you, like, sort of thing. Write your name at the top of the paper, and if you get the movie quote right, blah 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 blah, right? So like she did 50 movie quotes, and she went through them all. She said, "Oh, that's a bad hat, Harry," for answer whatever, and who guessed Jaws for that one? And you know the people that got it right raised their hands and blah blah blah. Went through all 50. And she's like, there's one every class. And she just dead-eyed me. I'm like, what? I got like 48 out of 50 of them right. And
there's always one of you some bitches.
Yeah. The one of the ones I got wrong was it was a Silence of the Lambs quote, and I wrote Red Dragon.
Because
yeah, but it was in the same vein. So she's like, I'd give you half a point for that, but I was like, yeah. And then one of the other ones, it was from like some Wes Anderson movie that I don't fucking watch Wes Anderson movies. Was
it? Wow.
Yeah, I think it was from, it was probably from the Steve Zissou.
Oh, the aquatic, Life Aquatic.
I think. But yeah, so I got like 48 right. And
I can't think of a single line from that movie, and I've seen it twice.
Yeah, no, I haven't seen it at all, but like, yeah, it was like every single quote she said, and like my hand was up. And yeah, like when we got into the 30s, she's like, "There's one every class." I'm like,
how about you just keep your fucking hand down? We know.
I just laughed. I was like, "There's a reason I'm in this class. Yeah. Like I'm not just taking this for bullshit."
Yeah, but that was your junior year. Was the first time you've seen this movie?
Yeah, my junior year.
Interesting, because I'm curious. Because I saw this when I was a kid, and as a child, this is I feel like if you show this thing to a kid. Maybe not. Actually, no. Fuck that. Any kid. I'm gonna double down on this. You show this movie to any kid, this kid will be captivated by the charm of this fucking movie.
Yeah.
You don't have to understand as a child. You don't have to understand any of the overarching themes and what actually goes in for this fucking thing to be done the way it is. But just as a movie, as a kid, I think any kid will love this fucking movie.
It is. It's really fun. It's really. Yeah. Exactly. It's very charming. It's very fun. It's.
Yeah. Like
it's got
upbeat,
great laughs in it. It's
laughs,
got great,
and then
like
great choreography and
great,
everything. The vaudeville through line throughout the entire movie is fantastic.
It's got great chemistry in the cast. Like they vibe so well, and it is a very, very fun movie.
Yeah. So, but even as a junior, then, so like you're going in like you've already watched.
I went in like me shithead high school me, where the only thing that matters to me is metal and horror movies.
Yeah.
Oh, like I went into this movie like, oh god, we're watching a musical. Okay, well, that's fine. I mean,
the movie musical.
I've seen Fiddler. I've seen Fiddler on a Roof. I've seen Lame.
Those are your comparisons.
I've seen the teleplay of Les Mis. I've seen Sweeney Todd. I was like, all right, whatever. going into this, and then like post, I was like, this is fucking awesome. Like the whole.
Oh, someone's backing up a wide load. Probably one of them birds.
I got a wide load.
Some thick ass birds we got out there.
No, I got a fat load.
I got a very full.
I got a very full load. I'd like to unleash.
Unleash the load.
Anyway, the fuck was I talking about?
How you appreciate the movie, like with the musical aspects and all that. We're talking like regards to that, because you've seen Sweeney Todd and all that, and actually watching the movie, just being like, yeah, no, this is. Well, it
was fun. It was before I knew I wanted to be a filmmaker one day, which it started dawning on me a little bit more. Like that's why, like that's not why I took that film history class. I had to take it because I wanted to do silver screen, which was the morning announcements, but we film them in front of a green screen and like go out and shoot shit. So I did that class as a like, all right, this is a prerequisite, but it started dawning on me it started dawning on me when like the movie quote thing happened. I was like, I know all these movie quotes. I fucking watch movies like I know so much about movies. Like maybe this is what I should be doing. Maybe this is what I can do is film and media and blah 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 what have you at this point. And yeah, I mean, I think that Singin' in the Rain was one of the movies that kind of cemented that point where it's like, look, this is the transition from silent movies to talkies and all that shit I just loved. And like I think on
top of just an amazingly fun story and just some incredibly excellent choreography and long takes.
It's just one of the movies that kind of cemented that for me. Like this is what I want to do someday.
Yeah, no, man. Same here. Not like any of the behind the camera stuff. Watching this, Donald O'Connor was a fucking inspiration as a kid. I'm like, I want to do that. I want to sing. I want to dance. I want to act. I want to make people laugh. And now I can do one of those things.
You can act.
I can make people laugh.
You can do 2.5 of those.
2.5 of those things. That's right. I can barely dance. I cannot sing to save my life.
Yeah, that's fucking singing is hard, and dancing is
singing and dancing at the same time is hard. I remember actually like going for it, like doing plays outside of high school where like I actually started giving a shit because it's what I wanted to do, and just the amount of like just how winded I was just doing these community theater plays, and then you start thinking about the fact like back in the day, like Donald O'Connor at the time was smoking 4 packs of cigarettes a day, and then doing shit like this. Like, that's back when people had to go fucking hard in goddamn movies. Like, we talked about, like, The Exorcist and shit, where, like, people were, like, literally just torching people on film, like Stanley Kubrick.
Yeah, and it's along the same lines, where it's like Gene Kelly, like, made Debbie Reynolds dance until her feet were bleeding and shit.
Yeah, and to the point where he even, like, later in life, he's like, I was really hard on Debbie, and I have no idea why she still talks to me.
Yeah.
To the point where she had to be like fucking taken under the wing of Fred Astaire, like Fred Astaire, like found her crying under the piano after like one really long fucking rehearsal, and had to pull her under his wing and help him out, which is funny because he kind of have a bit of a rivalry with Gene Kelly at the same time too. But
it's a good professional rivalry.
Yeah, one of those like where you're pushing each other to just like no, like
look what I did.
Look what I did. It's like, oh, I can do that. It's like, oh, can you do that? It's like, oh yeah, I'm going to do that.
Can you?
All right.
Show me.
Hey, look, I just did that. All right. So what are you going to do? Well, then I did this. It's like, well, I can do that too.
I can do that too, but check out what I did.
Check out what I just did. Yeah, it's
It's Patrick Bateman sweating at the cards like, it's great.
It's great. But yeah, no, I'm excited to watch this movie again. I've been watching clips and behind the scenes shit leading up to this, and just feeling that old childhood nostalgia of just like your family watched Predator, my family watched Singing in the Rain, which I loved your dad's response when we came. What are you guys watching today? It's like, let's see, you've had us with The Thing, Predator, Terminator 2, Tusk. You had the same reaction I did. Like, what the fuck did we just watch? You've been here for some fun, awesome movies. So what are we doing today? Singing in the Rain.
I'm going to go eat at your mom's house. Yeah. It's just going to be a fun time. I always have a fun time watching this movie.
Oh, yeah.
And it's been, I think my last film class that actually showed it was, I want to say it was my film history class at the U, which was like 2019. So it's been a minute since I've watched.
Oh yeah, no, this is my go-to movie that I watch whenever I'm sick. Last time I watched it, back when I actually got sick, so it's actually been years. I think I was 28 last time I got sick. I started making myself, and just as a warning, guys, I do not promote mixing these things. I was just young and dumb, but I was sick, and I'd make what I'd call a Dr. Manhattan, which is NyQuil and whiskey.
Oh yeah.
And it's pretty much just like, because it's like a Manhattan, but it's cough medicine and that. And so I'd drink that and then like have a couple of those and then watch Singing in the Rain and fight off the NyQuil so you stay awake long enough that by the time we get to the Broadway melody that like I'm in such a feverish state that it's all just chaotic as hell.
Oh yeah. When you get to the it's not a dream sequence. It's Gene Kelly like describing the rest of the movie and everything. When you get to that point, it's like gotta dance. That bit.
The Broadway melody, 13 minutes out of the whole fucking movie too.
It's a good bit.
It's a great bit.
But
well shot.
That's like the dream sequence.
It's a dream sequence when you're like feverish out of your mind, fighting off like drinking all this alcohol and just watching this while you're sick. It is. But please don't do that, guys.
My go-to movie when I'm sick is porn.
Yeah, I mean, well, that too, but.
Dude, like, I don't know what it is, but anytime, like, I'm sick, I have a fever, like, and I'm like, oh, I gotta stay home. Like, when I had COVID, like, it was like, I jacked off so much.
I've got a fever. And the only cure is more coming.
I don't know what.
I'm just like you. Every day I put my pants on one leg at a time. It's just after I do have a fever and I jerk off my
I honestly don't know why, but anytime, like, I'm actually sick and it's like, oh, I can't get out of bed, I have a fever, like, I'm actually, like, really sick. I'm like aggressively horny.
My body is. I'm dying. I need one last go.
I need to jack off.
I need to jack off right now. Maybe if I just get rid of the white, I'll be able to sleep.
Yeah. I don't know, man.
And I'd rather just watch, and it's just, Donald O'Connor, Gene Kelly, and Debbie Reynolds have some amazing goddamn chemistry.
Yeah.
And then after that, I sleep for like 13 hours.
And another preface. Moses, the Moses, the roses, the Moses, supposes erroneously. Anyway.
Because Moses, he knows us. His toes aren't roses. As Moses supposes his toes is to be Moses. Fucking cute and tough and Tatson.
That's going to be the joint intro bit. Anyway. The original score called for Singing in the Rain to be the trio and everything, and then
which you kind of get in the opening with the film.
I forget the history on that. Give me
okay, so the reason why it became just a one-man number is because Gene Kelly was a co-director on that. He was mostly in charge of working on a lot of the all the choreography for dancing, and a lot of just the interaction with the actors was all on him.
You said dancing, and that sounded like Danzig. And
Danzig and his mother. So all the dancing on that was purely on Gene Kelly and the Shelley Whitaker, who just did all the behind the camera, like all like the actual camera takes itself and they're like pulling back, like during that Broadway melody part where it pulls back and you get the full cast and then it zooms back in to get like the young up and coming ingenues behind him. I'll go into all of this later. I'm sorry.
No, you don't have to go into it now. Go into it now.
We try to keep the preamble short. I'm just trying to establish
I
precedent.
don't want it to be short. We're only 19 minutes in. We have 10 more minutes.
I can go off for hours. So anyway, the reason why it became just a Gene Kelly number instead of just the three of them, like it kind of made sense at the time to have all three of them because they wrote this entire movie based around all the songs they have. This is a jukebox musical where you have all these songs.
Jukebox Hero.
Jukebox Hero.
With stars in his eyes.
Stars in his eyes. And the sun in his heart, and he's ready for love. It's because he wanted to portray Gene Kelly, thought it would show off the character of joie de vivre and kind of just more like how... Ooh. Hold for airplanes.
That is an airplane.
These mics are terrible. They're picking up airplanes outside of the window.
No, I think that means they're great.
These things are too good. They're
But
picking
we
up.
have to have the window open because it's too fucking hot in here.
But yeah, so show off the character joie de vivre and kind of him growing from just like this self-centered, bullheaded.
It becomes more of a love
Yeah,
piece than it
more of a
is-
love piece. This is
yeah.
where the romance really starts to just.
Yeah.
Because
Because
it's from this.
He drops off Debbie Reynolds.
They share a kiss underneath, and she says goodnight, and then he waves off the taxi guard because he's just.
He wants.
He's got
rock home and
yeah.
sing
He's
around.
got a path now. Like he's
Yeah.
got to make this talkie. He can keep himself, acting, and he's met this incredible woman who challenges him that he loves a lot, and it's just a way of just showing it off. And even the lyrics itself, like I'm singing in the rain. Rain is normally like a dour, like if it's raining, like it's usually gray and sad.
But
and
he's
rain.
singing in the rain.
Because this is how good he feels, and so it's kind of just display the character arc itself, where it starts taking off from there.
That fucking blows my mind. He's able to do all that choreography and not slip. Like,
Yeah, not slip at all.
fucking
Well, this is
hell,
also
man.
in the middle of a drought in California, so they're pumping in a bunch of water into a place in the middle of a drought,
Yeah,
and he's
it's
got 103-degree fever.
It's
Flooded in the middle of a drought, and he's got 103-degree fever, and he pulls all this fucking shit off.
Gene Kelly's nothing if not a goddamn professional. Yeah.
Obsessive. But yeah, that's why. Yeah, it was supposed to be the trio, but it's even though Donald O'Connor
If being an obsessive perfectionist is a requirement to be a filmmaker, I'm fucking meeting that, buddy.
Oh, dude, I mean, you know how much I fucking work, man. Like, oh, got a job to do? Okay, let's go. How do you feel? Exhausted. Let's fucking go.
No, I'm here and I'm gonna do it and I'm gonna be great at
No,
it.
I've designed the choreography for all
fucking-
this. I want to get this I want to get this as fast as I can.
You've been on set with me one day and like I completely changed. Like,
Oh, yeah.
like being on set with me is completely fucking different.
Oh, yeah.
It's so weird. Like hanging out with my bandmates and everything. Like when we made the Torn music video, like that stark contrast between me hanging out and playing music with my friends and me as a filmmaker is so fucking different.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
yeah, it's a hard line.
Oh, definitely. Which is like, same with Gene Kelly, just going fucking hard and being a lot more different than what seems to be a normally like kind-hearted man. Just like, no, like we're gonna fucking nail this. I don't care if your fucking feet are bleeding. We're gonna fucking nail this.
Yeah.
Like again, from the fucking top.
we're
And,
going.
okay, you finally got it. You nailed it. This is perfect. I'm still gonna dub your taps because they're not quite where I want them to be. Even though I'm aware they had to carry you off set after this 13-hour day. Just that Good Morning sequence alone was a 13-hour day. They had roughly 40 takes. They still used the first fucking take.
Yep.
Which Debbie Reynolds nuts. She's like, we did all that, fever bleeding and carried me off, and he still ended up using the first take.
Yeah.
Just like it was done right then, but they still did 40 times because he's like, no, it's like we're gonna fucking. I want to make sure that we get this, and there's a better take we can get out of it. We're gonna fucking get the better take out of it. Let's fucking go.
Yeah, that's fucking filmmaking, man.
Yeah, which is fucking no, it's
People
awesome,
like,
but also
people don't realize.
100%, people don't realize.
But it is like, yeah, like looking at all the outtakes and shit, like Fincher destroyed how many fucking Macs just to get the one take perfect for Social Network. Like,
Yeah,
that's how meticulous you have to be. And like, it's not like the smashing of the computer isn't right. We have to get that perfect.
yeah. Well, which I find funny though is because with Gene Kelly being like that, he did 2 movies with Frank Sinatra, and Frank Sinatra like famously is like he's just like a one take guy.
Yeah.
He's like, I'm not being paid to make 2 movies. Like you're just doing the first take,
It's
and we're
fucking
good there.
Frank Sinatra at that point. Yeah.
Oh no, but early. I mean, this is like early Frank Sinatra before he's like Frank Sinatra, like old blue eyes Frank Sinatra. When he did back in the day, like early
Old blue eyes.
old blue eyes. No, like when he worked with Gene Kelly, he worked with Gene Kelly on 2 movies. It was Anchors Away and Out of Town, which both involve 2 sailors on leave in New York. Just because, yeah, incredibly fucking gay.
It is Pride Month.
It's Pride Month.
As of time recording, we're recording this on June 10th.
Woo!
So we are prideful as shit
Hell
watching
yes.
a gay ass movie.
Still exhausted from drag brunch yesterday.
Oh yeah, so exhausted.
So fun though, so much fun atmosphere. But anyway, yeah, just like so, Gene Kelly is like 40 fucking takes, gonna be 13 hours for this one fucking music sequence. Then with Frank Sinatra, is like, well, you're only paying me to do just one movie. We're not doing 2 movies. Why? I'm gonna have multiple takes.
Yeah.
I don't even know if that's a comparable Sinatra, but I'm going
Sam,
with it.
come in here and carry my clubs.
Sam, come in and clear my clubs. But even then, Gene Kelly, well, yeah, fuck. I just want to espouse on Gene Kelly now. The fact that he had to teach Debbie Reynolds and Frank Sinatra how to dance, and only one actually held on to it.
No.
That's fucking Debbie goddamn Reynolds.
And
Rip to a fucking goat.
wait until you see Debbie Reynolds on stage.
Wait till you see.
That brings us to today's sponsor.
Smooth.
Oh, God, hang on.
Hold on.
You got a lot of burping to do real quick.
Some of the spice from that wings coming back. Oh, yeah.
It's so bubbly. The bubbles.
I can hear the gurgles. That's how good those mics are. Pick up the gurgles inside your body after
Pick up
some
the
alcohol
gurgles.
and wings.
Pick up the gurgles and the birds in the background.
And that is, from, crap, what's it?
Well, it's a hypercardioid.
It's a hyper.
So like you can hear.
Oh, is that the brand name?
No, it's the type of microphone.
Okay.
So its pickup signal looks like a heart, like this.
Yeah.
So like the big fat end is down here.
Yeah,
But it goes like
is.
this. But it also has a ring on the backside. That's big, so you can pick up shit behind it. Yeah, that's a hypercardioid.
Oh, I
Anyway,
just wanted to shout out the fucking makers of this one because it's picking up all the gurgles that are going on inside Fabian right meow.
shout out to Rode for sponsoring our podcast.
Cause the
And-
roadie.
Shout out to Rode for sponsoring the podcast, and also Zoom, and also Adobe Audition, and also Hopkins Brewing Company. This podcast is brought to you by Hopkins Brewing Company, a low-key brickline brew pub with great friends, great beer, and great food. Today, I had the Stonewall Sour Saison. It's back on tap. It's the go-to Sour Saison for Pride Month, and the logo has a big old rainbow. It's very gay, very tasteful, and you will love it. It's a great summertime beer. Just it's like it's very thirst quenching in the summertime. It's just a hot day and you want something to quench your thirst, and lemonade isn't quite doing it. Get the Stonewall Sour Saison. Cole, what did you drink?
Well, today, I drank in myself.
And no, he didn't suck his own dick. If that's
No, I wouldn't drink that in. That'd be a sucking. Come on. Like, verbiage matters, guys. Come on. I know we're having fun, but come on, verbs matter. No, today I had the Cole's Hell's Kitchen Lager. Hell's Kitchen Lager. Yeah, that's right. So this is pretty much just a German-style Helles that they named after me because the squeaky wheel gets the grease. And after 4 years of sarcastically, seriously wondering why I didn't have a beer named after me. After 4 years of dedicated drinking, why didn't I get a beer named after me? They did, and this is a fantastic, nice, light German lager. They could just honestly throw back. It's not sour. Ooh, hold on. Picking up those airplanes again.
a single engine aircraft.
Oh, well, that's how good these are. You can pick up the engine number through these things. But yeah, no, I had the Cole's Hell's Kitchen. And it's just a delightful German-style lager. Nice and light, but with a little bit of body behind it. If you like something a bit thicker, but not too thick to the point where you need to sit down for the rest of the day, you can throw this back and throw it back in remembrance of me. And remember that every sip you take has just got a little bit of me in it.
All right. And we are going to watch Singing in the Rain and come back and let you know what we thought.
Not excited at all.
As our season 3 comes to a close.
As we say farewell to another season, here we go.
And in the words of that immortal bard, Samuel J. Snodgrass, as he was about to be led to the guillotine, Make 'em laugh, make 'em laugh. Don't you know everyone wants to laugh? My dad said be an actor, my son, but be a comical one. They'll be standing in lines for those old honky-tonk monkey shines. You could study Shakespeare and be quite elite, and you could charm the critics and have nothing to eat. Just slip on a banana peel, the world's at your feet. Make 'em laugh, make 'em laugh, make 'em laugh.
All right, so Fabian's currently fucking around with the cat. I've got a lot more to say about this movie, and we'll see how long it takes for him to actually show up, if he does. So this movie, when it comes to being the standard for movie musicals, it's a certain point where it isn't quite up to par for being a movie musical, is because a lot of the songs don't quite mesh in with how everything goes. Like, it doesn't build, like, there's no character development, there's no like advancing of the story or progression of the story. But for some reason, when it comes to this musical, you just let it fucking slide, because I mean, it's all well done, it's all charming as hell, and because of its charm and its perfection, you let it get away with being what it is. Honestly, I can see why I love this movie as a kid, and why as an adult I get fucking jazzed about it, because it is just so well done, and everything is just so iconic. Every bit of musical, every musical bit itself is iconic, even if not necessarily fitting in with the story. The whole Broadway melody bit, almost kind of takes you out of the movie until you remember that it's actually supposed to be this sequence that they're pitching, and it's kind of a dream within itself. So it's semi-dream ballet, but it's actually not an actual dream ballet. But it's still just fucking, it still fucking works, which is goddamn amazing. And not to mention the fact that first of all, you've got Gene Kelly, who is an insane, like, fucking talent when it comes to dance. Like, right up there, Fred Astaire. Like, it makes sense that they were rivals. Then you got Donald O'Connor, who's just like this fun, awesome comedic actor who can also do vaudevillian shit. And like, his tap was so good and in line with Gene Kelly's at the same time, which is one of the first questions Gene Kelly asked him. He's like, where are you turning to? He's like, oh, the left. He's like, oh, thank God. Which is awesome. And then you also have just Debbie fucking Reynolds. Debbie Reynolds, who just, fuck. I mean, for being honest, she's 19 years old at the filming of this movie. She's living with her parents. She's got to get up at 4 o'clock in the morning to take multiple buses to get over there. She's not really trained in dance. She was a gymnast for a while, but she's got no real dance skills, and she just keeps up with these guys so well. Like, able to copy all the movements, get things done to the point where her feet are bleeding, and it's just mind-blowing how she's able to do that. And it's inspiring, like, as a child or as anybody who has any interest in doing anything like that, to be aware that somebody can just mimic the stuff and practice hard enough to where they can pretty much do it, if like not quite to the degree of skill or somebody who actually just does that naturally and all the time, but just to actually do it. It's fucking dope. And Debbie Reynolds, she's just, she's so brash. She was so brash and so fun. And just like watching her in interviews and everything, she's so fucking cool. And then she gave us Carrie Fisher, obviously gave us Leia, which is also dope. I think you still hear the birds in the background. Let you know this is still pretty early. Actually, it's really not even that early. It's just getting later in the month. So at 9 o'clock, post after that, birds are still kind of singing because it's still kind of light outside. But no, this movie is amazing.
What the hell are you talking about?
Oh, shit. Sorry, guys.
I brought a kitty.
I got busted.
I brought a kitty.
Fabian brought a kitty.
Meow.
Yeah, I've just been, I think recording stuff. I don't know. It looks, from what I can tell from the lights, I've been recording stuff, but I've just been,
Kitty.
meow.
Come here, big boy. Meow. We brought a very talky boy. He's here with us in the studio, and he's here to share with you some Very kind, very poetic words. Let's listen to him now.
So, Dusty, when it comes to Debbie Reynolds not dancing previously, yeah. No, what do you think about that? Say more. Okay. Okay. Oh, okay. Okay, so what about Gene Kelly pretty much being like a dictator on screen? What do you, or on set, what do you think about that? Fair. Oh, okay. Okay, okay, what about Donald O'Connor collapsing and then them losing the original footage, so I had to completely redo Make Him Laugh? What do you think about that? Frustrating, right? Exactly. No, that's fair. That's fair. Okay, so why do you think this movie endures as much as it does? Why do people still love it, like to this day, 80 years later? I know I'm asking a tough question, but like just, I'm not asking for some sort of eloquent soliloquy about why this movie stands the test of time, but just why does it hold up? Right? What else? Tell me more. Shit. I forgot about that, dude. Yeah, no, you're right. That's on me, dude. Like just the history behind. Yeah, no, I'm sorry. I forgot about it, dude. Like, that's just a great point. Just the history behind it and what it portrays is fucking fantastic. Like, it's... All right, fine. Walk away. Walk away from actual conversation.
He couldn't handle it. He couldn't handle the depth.
Adding hard-hitting questions here.
Couldn't handle the full depth of the conversation.
Immediately fucking bitch out. Debbie Reynolds bled for this movie. All right, Gene Kelly worked so hard and was such an asshole about this shit to get out of his contract with MGM because he had a fucking feud with L.B. Mayer. Fucking Donald O'Connor plays a guy who, oh my god, like the amount of no, Dusty, the amount of history behind this movie is fucking insane, and what it touches on is also fucking brilliant, okay? Because it makes fun of the silent film era in 1927 and the fucking characters that happened there. They're all there represented. It's a fucking parody of what's going on, and yet you're being a dick. Fuck you, man. Say it into the mic. Say it into the goddamn mic. You fucking coward. They're going to put it in the comments. They are. Oh, don't give me that incredulous look.
Oh, there is one thing that I forgot about that I wanted to bring up.
Oh, yeah.
Was it... Oh, hang on. Let me let Dusty out. I get it. I'm happy you wanted to be on the podcast. I know.
How about you just come back with some more well-formed fucking opinions next time, Dusty? Huh? You're fucking coming here with that goddamn nonsense? We're talking about a brilliant movie!
Yeah. So, one of the things I wanted to bring up that I actually thought about beforehand in this movie was not Mulholland Drive. That's the David Lynch movie.
Babylon?
No.
La La Land.
No, shut up. It's
Sunset in Camden.
yes, Sunset Boulevard. Yes.
Here we are,
That's
Sunset in Camden.
That's actually it. That was one of the other movies that plays hand in hand with Singin' in the Rain is Sunset Boulevard. Mm-hmm. Have you seen Sunset Boulevard?
No.
Dude,
Heard of it.
It is ridiculously good, and it was before Singin' in the Rain. This was 1950.
Ooh.
But it's along the same lines of the silent era movie stars are getting pushed out by the talkie movie stars and everything. And like let's see. Holy shit, it's been a long time since I've seen Sunset Boulevard. But the main actress Norma Desmond, that's her character. It's played by Gloria Swanson. So she has a party where she's playing cards and everything with the other silent movie staples and everything, and like one of them is played by Buster Keaton.
Oh shit.
All right. Well, there
I
goes.
too was surprised by that.
There
That's
goes
quite dramatic.
Yeah, there goes the recorder.
There it goes.
There it goes.
Why are you always loose?
Yeah, because don't tighten it too hard because you want to be able to rotate it.
I want to rotate a little bit, but I don't want to just
Yeah. Well, get it tight enough. Tighten that shit up.
get
Tighten
it right. Get it
Tighten
right.
it.
Get it tight.
Keep it. Do it right. Keep it tight.
It's not.
My God, let me do it.
Tell me that's not fucking tight.
There. You happy? Just fucking hold it. Just fucking hold it. I don't know what the fuck is up with your jig.
There it goes. You gonna move? No? You can stay there?
Keep it there.
There we go. I'm not gonna fucking touch that.
All right. So I was talking about Sunset Boulevard.
Sunset
but anyway,
Boulevard.
yeah. So Norma Desmond, played by the magnificent Gloria Swanson. She's having a party for all the silent movie stars of the time, and they're moving on from silence to talkies and everything. And yeah, one of the film stars she invites is Buster Keaton. And yeah, and those of you who know who Buster Keaton is, awesome. Shout out to you. You'll get a sticker. Those of you who don't know, Buster Keaton was kind of like Charlie Chaplin. He was the, how do we put it in today's context? He was the Chris Evans to Chris Hemsworth. They're both superheroes. They're both great at what they do, but they both do it differently. And right? So,
Well, I feel like Chris Evans takes roles a bit more seriously.
well, yeah, that's why he's Charlie Chaplin.
Okay.
And
okay.
Buster Keaton
Is
is more
he's
stunts.
putting on the large fake nose, going, "All right, my name's Dinkum."
Yeah,
Oh,
he's
I'm out
more
here,
he's
do some
more
things for y'all,
he's
son."
more yeah, he's more stunts based. He's gonna he's willing to put on the fake nose and like fall off a train and break his neck and keep fucking going. Like, shout out to Buster Keaton
dude,
for that
okay,
shit.
well, that's the problem, man. Like, that shit is fucking impressive, but also, don't do that.
Yeah. Well, it's 1920s silent filmmaking.
What the fuck else are you gonna do?
What else is he gonna
The
do?
people need movies. Movies
Right?
barely exist.
So, like, yeah, the whole thing was like water was coming down off outside of a water tower, and he's moving on a moving train, and like the water washes him off of it, and he falls off the moving train, and you don't really see it, but you can see him fall off the moving train, and then he gets up and continues running after the train. But yeah, he fell and broke his neck and just kept fucking going. Oh my God. Like, he was a goddamn animal, dude. Anyway, yeah, we got to add Sunset Boulevard to the list.
Absolutely.
Because it's very fun, very great movie.
Hell yeah, especially if it's like in the vein of this. Oh man.
Yeah, so it's so I'll read you the synopsis. A screenwriter develops a dangerous relationship with a faded film star determined to make a triumphant return. So he's trying to like get Norma Desmond to come back and do her thing, and then she ends up killing him, and it's fucking spoilers for a 1950 movie, but but it's very good. It's a very good noir movie. It's a noir movie for sure. It's,
All right.
Yeah, it's a very, very, very good movie. Highly recommend Sunset Boulevard. Along the same lines as Singin' in the Rain. Singin' in the Rain is the fun movie. Sunset Boulevard is the holy shit. Like, my God movie. Like, they're two sides of the same coin.
Oh yeah, because there's the romanticism of what was happening during the transition from silent pictures to talkies versus the actual reality. which is transitioning from silence to talkies, which is actually what gave us Singing in the Rain, is because the couple who wrote the screenplay for it bought a house that used to belong to a former silent movie actor who lost everything because he sounded terrible on screen.
Yeah, and that's the same thing with Buster Keaton. Like, Buster Keaton was a great silent movie era, but when he talks, you
gotta sometimes make this before Bobcat Goldthwait, so you can't quite do it. And you gotta do a thing.
No, exactly. That's exactly what they sounded like, and that's why most of the silent movie era stars fell off, because they can't vocally act.
Except for with the case of, which is
Chaplin.
Chaplin
can fucking.
Chaplin is fucking Chaplin. Man.
Yeah,
I mean,
Chaplin's
but
ridiculous.
During the premiere
like
of
The Dictator. Holy fucking shit, dude.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Like he. Oh my god.
Oh yeah.
Anyway.
But yeah, during the premiere of the Dueling Cavalier, not the Dancing Cavalier, they walk out and they're talking about what a bomb it was. Mm-hmm. There's a poster in the back about Mary Levy, which has William Haynes on it, who actually is a kind of what some of the things were based on when it comes to silent movie stars. But he actually was able to transition from silent movie to talkies.
Yeah, one of the
few.
Very few.
But what actually got him outed and blacklisted by MGM, by L.B. Mayer.
Was he a communist?
No, he was openly gay and proud about it.
Oh, he was openly
gay
in the 20s.
In 1932. He was openly gay in 1932 when his contract was about to come up.
Damn, that's rough.
And if they wanted to sell a fake marriage and relationship with a starlet as a way, I just like, because, this is 1932, you can't be gay.
Yeah.
And he's like, no, fuck you. I'm gay and I'm gay and I love my boyfriend. Fuck you.
Good for fucking him for being loud and proud.
Exactly.
Man.
So
in the fucking 30s.
In the 30s, loud and proud.
Good for
loud
him.
and proud. Him and his husband go on to become some of the top interior designers for fucking Hollywood. And this is they covered some of it. I wish I could remember all the names of the places, the people they actually decorated for before his husband died, and then he committed suicide shortly afterwards because he couldn't live without him.
Yeah.
One of those.
That's rough.
One of those, but
shout out to him for being fucking loud and proud, brother.
Dude, fucking
that's
rock
awesome.
that shit. Yeah, no. Notice that in the background on this, watching around and knowing that I was like, nah, man, they're talking about this fucking movie. This guy who ended up getting axed from fucking Hollywood. He's like, yeah, no, dude, I fucking love my boyfriend.
Dude, okay, so I don't know if I was listening. Was I listening? Oh no, I was listening to a top 10 something like movies that have a hidden message that you know about. We're listening to that.
Listen to a few that the other day.
In the car ride, in the car ride to work yesterday.
Yeah,
and there was one where they mentioned HUAC, where they absolutely butchered it because they're British. They don't fucking know. They don't actually know. It's the House Un-American Activities Committee. Yeah. That's why it's called HUAC, not whatever the fuck they said. But it's HUAC. But that's one of the things where it was 100% a film nerd movie. But Trumbo, with Bryan Cranston, and it had Alan Tudyk, which is a fucking great actor.
Dude, homie can fucking...
Yeah. It had a pretty good stacked cast, but it was all about the 1950s, 60s blacklist.
Kind of like like Trouble on the Waterfront and shit like that when it comes to the communist blacklisting after people are outing people out as communists.
Right. That was
I know. Sorry. I got excited, so I pulled back, and then I should have moved forward. After
no, you're good. But that's exactly what it was. It was it was Hollywood blacklisting people that are quote unquote communists. Yeah. And it was the House Un-American Activities Committee, and they blacklisted a bunch of people, and it wasn't until a while where the whole premise of the Trumbo movie was Dalton Trumbo, him going behind the studio minds using a person who is on board with it, using him as his ghostwriter and everything, writing scripts for Hollywood and then making a bunch of money, which is how the movie Spartacus was made.
I am Spartacus.
Yeah, those of you who want to doubt my fucking film knowledge, here you go. This is very compelling. My goddamn film knowledge. Anyway, so yeah, Dalton Trumbo and a bunch of other people in Hollywood got blacklisted, and there's a fun dramatic scene between Dalton Trumbo and the Duke, John Wayne. Where, like, he's arguing with John Wayne, and Dalton Trumbo takes off his glasses. Like, if you're going to punch me, at least let me take my glasses off so you don't break them.
Well, if I'm going to punch you there, Pilgrim, at least you got to take your glasses off before I sock you right in the face.
So they had their bouts and everything.
Can you believe my birth name is Marion?
Because being a communist is so fucking bad in the 50s. Anyway.
Well, it's actually a plot point in The Majestic with Jim Carrey. That's how he ends up having his character discovered and getting his memory back is during that blacklisting, which is... Well, it's another thing I like about this movie is the old Hollywoodness about it. Like old Hollywood is fascinating.
It is fascinating. It's racist
and
dumb.
Racist and dumb. Racist, sexist,
full
corrupt.
Full of fucking pederasts.
And horrible as fuck. Horrible.
I know. It's stupid. As much as I fucking hate Hollywood for how terrible it was built and building on the back of fucking racist pederast and bullshit. It's still what I want to do with my life. I want to make movies.
Yeah, well that's I guess that's how fucking Hollywood
so
gets you.
Fucking hard. And it's like, oh, you want to get in Hollywood straight hard? Well, you gotta go ahead and jump on this dick. Fucking Harvey Weinstein, Brett Ratner, who's the other one?
Spacey filling up fucking people while he's fucking
Kevin
reading lines.
Spacey, fucking Nickelodeon guy.
Dan Schneider.
Dan Schneider.
Yeah.
What was the other one I was thinking of? Bryan Singer, unfortunately. Like, it's so backed by these fucking pederasts, and it sucks, dude. It sucks to where the point where I was like, I have a hard time like taking those jokes. Like you laid down that joke for
I
me,
did.
and like
it was a solid joke.
Yeah, it was a very good joke, but I fucking in the moment like I couldn't take it as a joke. I got really fucking mad at you. Because I was like, this is what I'm trying to do with my life, and if you see me as that, like, I'm going to kick you in the goddamn teeth.
To which I said, no, that's not what I see you as. Just cracking a joke because that's what people in your profession fucking do.
Yeah.
And also, you're not quite to that level then, so you're not to the level to where you can actually get away with
I'm not
harassing people and jerking off into a fucking fern.
I'm not to the level where I can molest people.
Yeah, you're not. That's how you know. That's where your fame level is you can't get away with molesting people and make billions of dollars fucking doing that shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway.
That's how you know. That's how you know when you're successful.